I must start off this video by saying that I might have clickbaited you just a little bit. Because the truth is, if you want to get a super clean, solid and consistent handstand, it will take you at least a couple of years of practice to get there. However, what I want to bring across to you in this video, and hence the title, is that you can get your first holds within a few months of training. These will be sporadic and not very consistent, but they're nevertheless progress, and most people go years without even getting their first holds. So today I'm teaching you the form cues that will actually make you be able to get your first holds, even if you don't have much experience with this skill. And I know these work because I use them every time in my training, and as you can see my handstand is rock solid, and because two of my subscribers use them, and this made them get their first holds just a few weeks ago. So now I'm going to tell you exactly what these form cues are, and if you try them, I'm confident it will make you get your first handstand hold even today. And if you want to learn the handstand and the handstand push-up, I have laid out a step-by-step strategy. It's the one that I use to get to the level where I'm at, and you can find it in the first link in the description. So let's start with the first form cue. What you need to do in the handstand to prevent arching, and which is ultimately what makes you fall in the handstand, is you need to physically try to pull your belly button into your spine. So you see how you can control your ab muscles around your stomach? When you're in the handstand, what you should be doing is pulling your belly inwards, as if you're trying to get your belly button to touch your spine. Kind of like those bodybuilding poses that they do in the shows. So I want you to right now lift up your shirt and try to pull your belly inwards as much as you can. You see how you can make your belly button retract? This is the position that you should hold during the handstand. And also a subscriber of mine asked me how we should breathe when you're doing this, and I say just breathe normally. You can try this right now. You can breathe while your belly button is pulled inwards. So this is the first cue. The second form cue is you need to contract your glutes. However, not with a full glute contraction, only 50%. So when you're holding a handstand, you should be contracting the glutes with only about 50% of your strength. Because if you don't contract the glutes at all, this is going to contribute to your lower back arching. And if you contract them too much, it will interfere with the line and it will just look weird. So what you need to do is just slightly contract your glutes. A 50% glute contraction will work fine. These two tips are going to eliminate the arching in your handstand and are going to make you be able to hold a handstand without falling off. And the third tip is the one you need to implement after you implement the second two tips, is that what you need to understand in the handstand is that your wrists are doing all the movements to keep you balanced. Your wrists and your fingers are the only parts of your body that are moving to keep you balanced. When you're learning the handstand in the beginning, you're going to compensate with other body parts to keep you balanced. But in a classic, the official, in a clean handstand, what happens is your whole body is in a clean line, and the only thing that's moving are your fingers. They're doing micro movements to keep you balanced. So in the beginning, it's normal when you get into a handstand and your back arches too much, so you try to push the ground really far to compensate, and maybe you move your legs a little. That's fine in the beginning. But what you should be aiming to do is get a clean handstand by implementing the two first cues, pulling your belly button inwards and contracting your glutes. And of course, then all that's happening in your body is that your wrists and hands are moving, doing slight movements on the ground to keep you balanced. They're doing micro adjustments to make you not fall off. So I challenge you to go try these three cues right now and let me know if you get the handstand. I bet most of you will be able to get your first holds today just by trying this. And if you want to fast track your handstand and handstand push-up progress and learn the other cues which are essential to make the handstand as solid and consistent, as well as a strategy that I use to unlock the handstand push-up and doing over 30 handstand push-ups in one workout, check the first link in the description where you'll find my handstand push-up and handstand ebook.